2. What's up, guys? We're here today.
4 seconds in, I like it.
we're here again today doing another video. It's bright up in here, boys.
It really is.
So we're doing a kind of different kind of video. If you've seen some of our discussion videos, we have done like tournaments and ranking systems. For this particular one, we're going to do the favorite opening from one of our favorite series and one of the series that we have all 3 seasons reviewed on the channel.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah,
this is very controversial, probably.
This will be a little controversial. This is going to be OverLord, the show, and it's going to be what is the best opening of Season 1, Season 2, or Season 3.
Now, please go into detail on what we're classifying as an opening. Are you including animation or just the song?
We are including animation for the purpose of this video.
Okay.
And we're going to do that for moving forward for openings. For the most part, openings that are good also have good animations. So it's very rarely where you find like a really good song and a bad animation. I think you have 1 or 2 examples of that on your playlist, but...
What are you trying to come at me for?
I'm not coming at you for anything. Anyway, so...
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, you get me.
Okay,
You get me. You guys don't get me, but I get me. Anyway, so for this particular video, with that clarification, let's talk about each opening one by one, and then
we'll kind of go over its like pros and cons, and then overall. So like Season 1, I think the song in itself, I mean, to be honest, this is like the only one I've like seen what the actual like English translation is for the whole thing. And I think if you look at the lyrics, it adds to the enjoyment of it. It's actually pretty great on how he's like describing himself, waking up in this world, being completely transformed, and also being like, oh, I've lost humanity because I can't really, because like the game restricts me on feeling. There's also some, great, call to arms in a sense in the song, so I like that. The tempo is something I really think is probably one of the best ones out of all of the seasons because it keeps up the, the fast pace type. I don't want to say loud rock, but I guess it kind of has that vibe.
To a certain extent, yes.
Yeah. Now, I will say, first season probably has the weakest animation queued up to the song. It's not to say it's bad or anything, but it's just, if comparing it to the other ones, it is the weakest one, in my opinion. But that's what I would say.
That's what you would say.
What would you say about Season 1?
For Season 1, I agree with you in regards to the season in general, and the opening. The animation is inferior to Season 2 and Season 3.
Yeah.
In addition to that, the song itself, I think the highlight of the song itself is that it's consistently pretty great.
Yeah.
As far as tempo, I don't know if it has the highest highs as some of the other songs that we'll go through, but it does it's a consistently good song. It's something you can go back to, and I think no matter what mood you're in, at least for me, I like listening to it to get hyped or just listen to a good song.
All right, that's a pretty good one. So you want to start off with the second season?
So the second season, Go Cry Go,
yes,
is a little bit different than the first season. You have the animation itself is pretty great. I liked it does reveal quite a bit about the season. I think all of these openings reveal quite a bit. Season 3, not
Season
as
3
much.
is the best one in concealing things. But
yeah,
you're a little guilty.
So you do get some cool fight scenes there in season 2 opening. As far as the music, there is some lulls. I think we were listening to it just a minute ago. There's some lulls in the beginning and towards the end. Me personally, I really like the middle part of the song. Specifically, that there's a couple moments that are, I don't know music, but there's a couple moments in the song that are like really hype and really like, I'm excited to watch OverLord. I think the purpose of any opening, and this might be different for other people, but I think this is pretty logical, is to get you excited for what's to come in the show.
Yeah.
And I think Season 2 does a great job of doing that.
Yeah. Because for Season 2, it's definitely like, it has less highs because, it does take it a little bit slower in some parts of the song, but the parts that are high are pretty high, because like they'll get you hyped. and they do pump you up because along with the song, you have the animation of like all the different factions, kind of walking towards the camera, which was pretty cool. And then you got like when it hits like probably the highest part of the song, you get to see like clashing of people actually fighting. So that's really cool how they pair that up with. So overall, say it's a pretty great one. Definitely in the animation part, I would say it's an improvement over the first season's one. Song, we'll go into that a little bit in a minute. But now,
Season 3, the most controversial one.
Yeah.
For the people out there and for us, I think.
I don't know. Because I know there's like some people I've seen where they're like, wow, like this is way better than all the other ones. And I'm like, that's an interesting thing to say flat out right. I'm not going to disagree with you though, because it does have its moments. I think the thing that makes the song better when you watch it in the show is definitely the animation paired up with it, because the animation is by far the best in season 3, excluding all the CGI parts. But the other thing that's also really great about the song itself is if you actually listen to like the full version of it, it's got a really awesome solo in it. And I do like the mixtures of like lines into the song. So like, they'll have like, like the music kind of like steadies out and then they have people like share dialogue and then it like picks back up again. So I do like those moments. I think it just has a different atmosphere to it than the other ones. And I think that's what kind of maybe makes some people dislike it.
Yeah, I think it really grows on you more than the other two songs. Originally, I don't know if it's just the way I was listening to it, maybe because I was watching the show on my phone, but there was like a couple moments where it's like it's so loud that you're like, oh, that doesn't sound great. But when you actually go and listen to it, I don't know, maybe on different, different better speakers, or you actually listen to the song just by itself, it mellows out where it's not too much. That was just a little thing that I picture, I saw.
No, I get you, because like when I first listened to the first episode, I was like, "This is like I texted Cole and I was like, they ruined it. It's awful." But after probably 5 episodes, I was like, I actually really like this now. I don't know why.
Yeah, so the animation is really great, and I think it has high moments as well. There's one laugh in there that really personifies Albedo.
Yeah, and I think that's also another reason why when those moments are done well in the song, because they actually get the voice actors. I think they have Shoutier's voice actress in that too as well.
I believe so.
Paired up with her. So that's really interesting. I do like that. And as I said, I think I will say probably a different aspect of it too, is the song and the opening animation really merge together quite nicely. Because, in the other seasons, it's the music's going on at the same time, but it's not really interacting with the animation at all.
In the third season, characters.
Yeah. In the third season, they actually have it to where, when they do have those speaking lines, they actually, and the tempo kind of lowers down a little bit, they actually have Albedo and Shoutier, sit next to Ainz when he's on his throne. So they actually pair up animation to the song, so it's kind of it feels more like a music video, which I do appreciate.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's what I would say about that. Now for the final verdict. What are you saying is your favorite?
You're making me go first. So, as much as I wanted to make this video. True. As much as I like season 1, I think the animation kind of pulled it out of contention. The song is really great. You can listen to it. Again, it's consistently a great song. Mm-hmm. But when I think of OverLord openings, I don't normally think of season 1 in that animation. Besides that, season 2 and season 3 are fairly close to me. I think just the several parts in season 2 paired with better animation, I think I'm going to pick season 2, but it's I wouldn't have a problem with anyone picking season 1 or season 3. I think season 3 is underrated by many people in the community.
Yeah.
So I would say that if I had to pick one anime opening for OverLord, I would say season 2 is the best opening, both for animation and for music and song.
And I think that's a good choice. For me, I think, like it says, as the song by itself, I really do like the first season. I just like how it keeps the tempo throughout, because I'm more a fan of rock music, so it kind of relates to that a little bit more. The second season does that too, but I think as an opening in general, I kind of feel like it'd be disservice to say season 1's my favorite, because if we're taking into consideration the animation as well, season 1 doesn't really have the same quality as the others to say it's the best in my opinion or my favorite. So that would leave, between season 2, season 3. Season 2 I think is something that I have to be kind of careful with to say, to not be too biased, because season 1 is really great. It has before season 3 came out, I think it had like the most like good highlights of the season out of the series. And so, going into the second season, seeing the open for the first time, you really love it. And especially at the beginning of the season, it kind of makes you like it more. But, so I think that kind of affects my judgment in some things. So overall, I would say I do agree with you. It's a great one. And I like the song. But I'm actually really surprised, because I think I'm going to go with season 3. And no, it's not because I'm a animation whore. Because if we actually do a video where we're talking about our favorite animes openings of all time, you'd be surprised on what's my favorite. But yeah, I have to go with season 3 just because for starting off, that I hated it, but it actually the more I listened to it, actually got me to really enjoy it. I think that says enough in itself for it being my favorite. Also, I do, even though I think it's really hard to get female vocalists done right, because sometimes it doesn't feel quite fitting for certain types of music. But in this, I think it works really well. And so whenever I find one that works really well, I always like to give it praise when I can. So
yeah, I think regardless of if you love that song or not, you can say that the opening was fairly innovative.
Plus the animation, like I said before, I like how it actually intertwines with the song in itself.
Well, Alex, we won't keep you here for 2 hours, so that's our conclusion. If you have a different opinion, please put it in the comment section, and we'll argue with you. But yeah, I think any
disagree with any of them. They're all great.
They're all great. Yeah. I think any opinion is pretty valid concerning this particular series. Yeah. Links will be in the description. You know what we do. You know what we're about. Later.
See ya.